Hi friends, good morning. This is Naga S. Ramat. I am working as Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Department. The main objective of this video is I am going to explain what is the operation of SR flip-flop, what is a Verilog program for SR flip-flop, and also we will simulate Verilog program with the help of Xilinx software. First we will see what is flip-flop. Flip-flop is nothing but it is a storage element. We can store the data in the form of binary bits, either 0 or 1. In this flip-flop we have many types. The first one is SR flip-flop, set reset flip-flop. Then second flip-flop is JK flip-flop. Third is D flip-flop. D stands for data flip-flop. And T flip-flop, toggle flip-flop. T stands for toggle flip-flop. In this video I am going to explain what is the operation of SR flip-flop, what is the program of Verilog program of SR flip-flop. Then we can simulate Verilog program of SR. In the next video I will explain JK flip-flop. So first we will see what is the schematic view of SR flip-flop. The SR flip-flop contains mainly first input is called as enable. What is this enable? If we give enable is high, then only the SR circuit will be active and it will operate with respect to the input values. So with respect to the enable signal, we have two main inputs, S and R. This S stands for set, R stands for reset signal. Along with this enable signal, set and reset signal, and one more input is clock signal. With respect to the clock, either positive edge or negative edge, we can obtain the output waveform with respect to the input values. So we have mainly two outputs. The one is called as main output, that is represented by variable as Q, and another output is inverted output of the main output Q, that is Q bar. Q bar. Whenever you are getting Q is 0, then Q bar will be complement of that Q, it will be 1. If Q is 1, Q bar will be 0. So always it is complement to each other. Never we obtain both are equal. Okay. So now we will see the circuit diagram for SR flip-flop. Here I consider the NAND gate circuit for the SR flip-flop operation. We can obtain the circuit either by using basic gates or by using universal gates. Under universal gates I consider by using NAND gates. Now we will verify how this SR flip-flop works with respect to the different input values. Here I will give initially the values for S and R is S value I will give it as 0 and R value also I will give it as 0 and clock I will give it as 1. See, for this gate I will give the gate number, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3, this is 4. For gate number 1 the inputs are S is 0 and clock is 1. So one of the input is low for AND gate, so output will be high. And here in the gate number 2 one of the input is low, so output will be high for this gate number 2. And here if you want to get the output for gate number 3, we should know the input. So this input we know, but this input we don't know. This input is connected from the Q bar. You should know what is the Q bar earlier. So here I will consider the earlier output Q is 0, obviously Q bar is 1. So Q bar is 1, this one is connected here. So for gate number 3 both the inputs are high, so output of this gate number 3 will be 0. So this 0 is connected to here, so this is 0 for gate number 4 and one input for gate number 4 is 0, another one is 1. So one of the input is low, the output of this gate number 4 will be high. So what we got, whatever we consider earlier values 0, 1, that is Q bar is 0, 1, we got again output is 0, 1 for the input value of S is 0, R is 0. Now instead of 0, 1 I will consider 1, 0. Earlier values I will consider 1, 0. I will consider earlier value 1, 0. This is 1 and Q bar will be 0. So we know earlier value, this is 1 and this is 1. This 0 is connected to here. So this is 0. 1, 0, one of the input is 0. Output will be 1 and this one is connected to here. So both the inputs are high. So output will be 0. So what we got? 1, 0. So we consider earlier outputs 1, 0. Again we got output is 1, 0 for the value of input S is 0, R is 0. So we can decide that if clock is 1 and S is 0 and R is 0, we'll get the Q and Q bar is earlier value. So that is no change we can consider. No change. So we got for S is 0, R is 0, no changes. Now we'll move on to the next combination for S value and R value. Now I'll give the S value. S is 0 and R is 1. Again clock is 1 only. So for gate number 1, the inputs are 0 and 1. If one of the input is low, the output is high for this gate number 1. And here in gate number 2, both the inputs are high. So output of this gate number 2 will be 0. And you should know to get the output of gate number 3 and gate number 4, you should know outputs. What are the previous outputs? So I will consider previous outputs. Q is 0 and Q bar is 1. So this Q bar 1 is connected to here. So both the inputs for gate number 3 is high. The output of gate number 3 will be 0. This 0 is connected to here. So both the inputs are low. So output of gate number 4 will be high. So we got 0, 1. If the value of S is 0, R is 1. So we can consider if clock is 1 and S is 0 and R is 1, we can write it Q is 0 and Q bar is 1. This indicates that if reset is high, you will get output 0. So then we will go for another combination for S value and R value. Now I will give S value is 1 and R value is 0. Here for clock I will give again clock is 1. For here gate number 1, both the inputs are high. The output of this gate number 1 will be 0. And for gate number 2, one of the input is low, so output goes to high. And we know that what is the previous output? Q bar is 1, so this 1 is connected here. So one of the input is low for gate number 3, so we'll get the output of gate number 3 will be high, and this high is connected to here. So for gate number 4, all the inputs are high, the output goes to low. So we got 1 0 output. For clock is 1 and S is 1, R is 0, we got Q is 1, Q bar is 0. This indicates that if S is goes to 1 and clock is high, we got the output Q is 1. So this indicates this is set condition. And previous for 0 1, if R is 1, we got output is 0, that is reset condition. Now we'll go for another combination. Now I'll give S is 1 and R is 1, clock is 1. And for gate number 1, both the inputs are high. The output of gate number 1 goes to 0. And for gate number 2, both the inputs are high. The output of gate number 2 goes to low. Here for gate number 3, one of the input is low, another input is from Q bar, that is also low. So all the inputs are low, output of gate number 3 goes to high. This 1 is connected to here. For gate number 4, one of the input is low, the output goes to high. But you can see here Q and Q bar is complement to each other, but we are getting both output of Q and Q bar will be 1 1. It is never possible. So that is the reason if clock is 1 and S is 1, R is 1, we can say that it is an invalid state. We can write it as invalid state because both the Q and Q bar we are getting 1 1. So it never possible because both output Q and Q bar are complement to each other. Now you understood what is the operation of SR flip-flop. Here I consider the clock signal. In this clock signal we have 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 like that. So from this is the rising edge of the clock signal, that is from 0 to 1, this is called as rising edge, and from high to low, this is high, this is low. So high to low, this edge is called as negative edge, and this edge is called as positive edge because it is rising from 0 to 1. And from this rising edge to next rising edge we will consider as one cycle, and from one falling edge to another falling edge, or one negative edge to another negative edge, we will consider as one cycle. Here I am representing the waveform with respect to the positive edge, so I consider one rising edge to another rising edge one cycle, from another rising edge to next rising edge, I consider second cycle, third cycle, fourth cycle, like that. So now I will consider the waveform for S. Now S I will give it as initially high, then it is low, again it is high, then I will give it as low, low, then in the last cycle it is high. This is for S. And I will consider one more input, that is R. For R I will consider, earlier it is high, now it is low, again low, then it is high, again I will consider low, next it is high. This is for R. Now we will consider what is the output Q. So here S is 0 and R is also 0. So what will happen if S is 0, R is 0 and clock is high? So whatever you have previous output, the same output will be appears. So I will consider previous output is Q is 0. So it will be same up to one cycle, that is from one rising edge to another rising edge. Again the flip-flop will check for the what is the input of S and R. So S is here 1, R is 0. If S is 1, so your Q will goes to set, so it will be high. This is 1. Then again it will check in this point what is the S value. S is 0, R is 1. Now it is reset. So reset is high, so obviously your output is goes to low. So Q is goes to low, Q is 0. Then here S is 0 and R is 0. If S is 0, R is 0, that is no changes. So your output will be remain same. So it will be 0 only. This is 0. And here S is 1, R is 1. Both the inputs are high. So it is an invalid statement. So we will get output either high or low. So that statement is called as invalid statement. We won't decide is it 1 or 0. SR flip-flop Verilog program. Here I will start with module. The module name I given it as SRFF, SR flip-flop. In the bracket I represented constraints. So outputs and inputs Q and QB, outputs clock, comma S, comma R. These are the inputs constraints. In the next line I separated which are the input constraints and output constraints. Input clock, comma S, comma R, and ended with semicolon. And output Q, comma QB. I want to store the result, so that is the reason I used register Q, comma QB, ended with semicolon. Then I will write what is the main logic of the program. Always at the rate in the bracket positive edge clock. You do the operation of SR flip-flop at the positive edge of the clock. Whatever you are applying clock signal, so that should be done for the all the inputs in the with respect to the positive edge of the clock signal. Then begin. In the begin I will start with case statement. In the case I have two main inputs S and R. I will consider S and R variables, S, comma R. So these are 2 bits S and R. So I will represent it 2 single apostrophe bit, indicates that it is 2 bit. So I will give S value is 0, R value is 0, and this is assigned colon Q equals to Q. Nothing but if S is 0, R is 0, the Q output, main output, is assigned to again main output. Nothing but whatever you got previous output, the same output will be applied for the main output if S is 0, R is 0. In the next combination, if S is 0, R is 1, the main output is assigned to 0 because S is 0. So obviously your output Q is goes to 0 because reset is high. Though what is the meaning of reset? It resets the main output. So output is goes to 0. So that is the reason Q is equals to 0 here. Next combination 1 0, that is S is 1, R is 0. In that case Q is assigned to 1 because S is 1. So it sets the output Q equals to 1. In the last combination, if S is 1, R is 1, the Q is assigned to invalid 1 apostrophe B, that indicates that 1 bit X. X indicates either it may be 0 or 1 because it is invalid statement. Then end case, in the default statement, the QB is equals to negation of Q. Always the QB is the complement of main output. That is the reason I represented QB in the default statement. QB equals to negation of Q. Then end, this end is with respect to begin, and end module is with respect to module. Okay, so this is the Verilog program. Now we can simulate this Verilog program with the help of Xilinx software. ISC Design Suite 14.5 Xilinx software I already installed in my laptop. Just I will click on this ISC Design Suite 14.5. Just press OK here. Go to File, select New Project. Here it is asking for what is the name of the project. I will give SRFF. Just press next, press next, press finish. After creating the project name, go to the project, select new source. Here you have to select the Verilog module. Give the what is the Verilog module file name. I will give it as same project name as SRFF. Just press next, press next, press finish. So once we created the Verilog module name, here the general syntax of Verilog module will be created in the programming window. Just here you have to type the program. I already explained what is the program of SR flip-flop. Just I will copy paste here. See, after getting the right mark here, just go to the simulation, select the file name, go under iSim simulator, double click on behavioral check syntax, double click on simulate behavioral model. So it will open the output window. In this output window we have the constraints clock, S, R, Q, QB. Here we have to give the values for all these constraints. So right click on clock, go to force clock. Here leading edge 1, falling edge is 0, time elapse I will give it 2, apply, OK. Then S value, right click S, force constant, I will give S value is 1 and apply, OK. R value, force constant, I will give it as 0, apply, OK. You have run option here, just click on that run. So here in this, just I will stop this and I will open it. So here in the positive edge of the clock signal, the S is 1, R is 0. So you got output Q is 1, Q bar is 0. So I will go for another value, clock, force clock, 1, this is 0. Okay. Now I will give S value is 0, force constant, S is 0, apply, OK. R also 0, apply, OK. Once if you run and just for stop the for moment, and I'll give another value, clock, force clock, 1, this is 0. Now I'll give S value is 0 and apply, OK. And R value I'll give it as 1, OK. Run it and stop, give another value, clock, force clock, 1, 0, S is 1, OK. I'll give R also 1, apply, OK. Run it, stop for the moment. Now just go through the minimize, you'll get all the combinations. See here in the first combination, just I will maximize it. In this rising edge of the clock signal, S is 1, R is 0. So what we got, output Q is 1, Q bar is 0. In the next cycle, here I change the value of S and R. S is 0, R is 0. Both the inputs S is 0, R is 0. So what happens if S is 0, R is 0? The same output will be continuous. So Q is 1, the same Q will be continuous in the next cycle also. Okay. In the next combination, here in this combination I made S is 0, R is 1. If S is 0, R is 1, your output is goes to 0 because reset is high. So Q is 0, Q bar is 1. In another combination, here I made S is 1, R is also 1. In this case, if S is 1, R is 1, we won't decide what is the output. Either it is 1 or it is 0. So that is the reason we are getting here red line for the 1-1 combination. Thank you for watching this video. If you like, please subscribe my channel and also share it to others. Thank you for watching. If you like this explanation, please like, share it and also subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.